Hello everyone and welcome to Sinful Gaming. I hope you're all doing well, I hope you're all staying safe, and most of all, I hope you're all fighting that war against the Grey. Today's video we're going to talk getting started with the Middle-earth strategy battle game, and today we're going to take a look at the Dead of Dunharrow. Now in this video we're going to talk about the army bonus for the army and some other common special rules for a bunch of models in the army, and then we'll take a look at some of the units within the army's roster. We'll finish off the video with a little sample army list of 300 points for you to use as some inspiration for starting your own force of the Dead of Dunharrow for the Middle-earth strategy battle game. And so, to begin with, first of all, the army bonus. The King of the Dead will gain the Harbinger of Evil special rule. Now, this is a pretty cool special rule that's going to allow an enemy model within 12 inches of him to suffer a -1 penalty to the courage. Note, however, this is not cumulative with any other similar penalties provided by Golem and Drum's Ancient Evil special rules, etc. Now, additionally, warbands from this army that contain 8 or more models do not need a hero to be a captain of them. One warrior model from that warband takes the role of the warband's captain for the purposes of deployment. This is all pretty cool. We've then got a couple of different abilities that apply to the army force wide. First of them being Blades of the Dead. When determining the number of models with this special rule need to wound their opponents, use your opponent's courage rather than their defense on the wound chart. Models with this special rule cannot use special strikes, however. We've then also got the Terror special rule as well, where should a model wish to charge a model with this special rule, it must first take a courage test before it moves. If the test is passed, same as normal. However, if the test is failed, the model does not charge and may not move at all this turn. So some really solid abilities straight up for your Dead of Dunharrow force. They've got the ability to attack against courage, which can be good or bad, depending on what you're versing, but generally quite good, because courage is generally lower than a lot of the higher defense models' defense. Especially good against like a lot of the evil armies when you've got high defense monsters like trolls and stuff who have quite low courage. And so let's look at the units within the army, and the first one to take a look at is the King of the Dead. Now, special rules wise, he's got Blades of the Dead and Terror, like all the models within this force. But then he's also got his Drain Soul active ability, where any enemy model that suffers a wound from the King of the Dead is automatically slain, regardless of how many wounds it has remaining. Hero models may prevent these wounds with fate, but even if a single wound is not prevented, they are slain. So this is just really, really solid. Like, he can insta-kill a lot of the best heroes in the game, unless they're making sure every one of the wounds he does is not going through. The Dead and the Living is a passive ability he's got, where only warriors and riders of the dead may use the King of the Dead stand fast or benefit from his heroic actions. And the Spectral Walk is another passive ability, where a model with a special rule may move over water features as if they were open ground. Now he's got armor and a sword standard. He's got fight value 5, which is pretty nice. Strength 4, defense 8, 2 attacks and 2 wounds with courage 7. And then he's got 1 might, 6 will, and 3 fate points. He's got the heroic march and heroic strike abilities as well. Now, we've then got the Heralds of the Dead, which are a minor hero for the army. Their big thing is the Pennant of the Dead, where friendly spirit models within 3 inches of the Pennant of the Dead gain the Resistant to Magic special rule. So this can just help you resist a lot of the magical abilities being tried to target your army, which generally are, the antithesis of your force. Now, the Warriors of the Dead, your main line force, they can have armor and either a sword or an axe. Remember, they can't use any special ability with the Blades of the Dead, but Spectral Walk as well, where they can walk over water features as if they were open ground. They can take a banner in the unit, which is really nice, shields and spears as well, and like normal, they have Blades of Dead and Terror. Fight value 3 is not the best, but it's decent, and defense 7 is really where they come into their own, that just high defense of them. And we then have Riders of the Dead as well. Armor, sword, shield, and spectral steed. A spectral steed is a normal horse, but has the spirit model special rule and a defense of 6. Blades of the Dead, Terror, Spectral Walk, all there as standard. And they've got a defense of 8, which is just fantastic for a good, solid cavalry unit that's going to be really hard to shift. And so here we have our sample army list for you for the Dead of Dunharrow. Now we've got a hero of valor and the King of the Dead, and he's going to be the leader of our force. We've just got a single warband at 300 points with 10 warriors in it. We have 3 Riders of the Dead, and then we also have 7 Warriors of the Dead. Now, the Warriors of the Dead, we've got one of them with a banner, just super important to try and always get banners into your force. We then have 1 with sword and shield, 3 with just swords, no upgrades at all, but then 2 with spears and shields as well to round out the force. The decent little force, you got the King of the Dead and his good solid core of fighters with the Riders of the Dead, providing some nice fast moving attack pieces for you, and also some really tanky pieces as well that can just hold up a ton of things with just a good defense value. Now, if you've been playing with the Dead of Dunharrow in the Middle-earth strategy battle game, let us know how you've been going, what you would do for your first 300-point army, and what some of your favourite models are and combinations are to use with the force. Well, that's the end of the video. Thank you all for watching. We hope you enjoyed. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And also drop us a comment down below letting us know what you enjoyed about the video. If you'd like to go and chat more with me and other members of our community here at Cinderful Gaming, you can do so on our Discord server, which is linked down in the video's description. If you'd like to help support the channel more, you can do so either by Patreon or YouTube members, or going to our Teespring store, all of which are linked down in the video's description as well. As a special thank you to our patrons and YouTube members, we'd like to give you all a shout out. So, a special Patreon shout out to Christian Weir, Soren, Kenny Lyle, Aaron Shot First, Andrew Bowen, Nathan Fee, The Rising Ape, Q Dynamic, Anthony B, JJ Austrian, Average Wargamer, Domir, Mark Harvey, James Cader, Derek Bloobs, Benjamin Suarez, and Red Martin. And as thank you to our YouTube members as well: Green Roots Gaming, Kenton Young, Ronya, Lock Lorick, The Johnny84, David Ellsworth, Wolfric Nick, Broken Chef, Ariana Edwards, Revenar, Pink, Nico Fire, Robin Mankiller, Monty's Tabletop Terrain, John Castle, and Davis Wire. Special thanks also to Lady Witchfox Art, who does all the amazing artwork you see on the channel, like you can see pictured here on this slide. Thank you once again for watching, everyone. Stay safe, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the Grey. Ciao for now.